You're in the middle of a completely normal conversation. Your guest is talking, you're nodding, everything feels socially fine. And then your dog walks over. No hesitation, no eye contact. It ignores the room, the furniture, the entire concept of personal space, and goes straight for the most awkward place imaginable. Your guest freezes. You feel your face heat up. You pull your dog away, apologizing over and over, already labeling the behavior in your head. Rude, embarrassing, poorly trained. Most people assume that's exactly what it is. But behavioral neuroscience tells a completely different story. Because in that exact moment, the one you wish didn't happen, your dog isn't being inappropriate. It isn't acting out. It isn't making a mistake. It's performing a behavior that has been refined over tens of thousands of years for a very specific purpose. And here's the part almost no one realizes. Your dog just gathered more meaningful information about that person in 3 seconds than you could in an entire conversation. The question is, what exactly did it learn? Let's start with something fundamental. You think you're looking at a person. Your dog isn't. You live in a visual world. Faces, expressions, clothing. That's how you recognize identity. That's how you decide who someone is. But your dog doesn't operate in that system at all. It lives in a world built almost entirely out of scent. The canine nose contains around 300 million scent receptors. Humans have about 6 million, and the part of a dog's brain dedicated to processing smell is proportionally up to 40 times larger than yours. That's not just a difference in ability. That's a completely different reality. What this means is simple, but hard to fully grasp. Where you see a person, your dog detects layers, chemical signals, hormonal traces, emotional residue, a constantly shifting stream of biological data that tells a story far deeper than anything visible on the surface. So when your dog approaches someone, it's not being random, it's not guessing, it's reading. And not just reading casually, it's scanning for the most information-dense part of the human body. But here's where it gets really interesting. That target your dog chooses, it's not random, it's biological. The human body contains specialized sweat glands called apocrine glands. Unlike the glands that cool you down, these exist for a completely different reason, to release chemical signals tied to identity, and they are highly concentrated in one place, the groin area. What those glands produce isn't just sweat, it's information. From that scent alone, your dog can detect biological sex and estimate age with surprising accuracy. It can pick up shifts in hormone levels, signals related to reproduction, health, even subtle changes happening inside the body that you're not aware of yet. Cortisol levels reveal whether a person is stressed, calm, or afraid. There's even growing evidence that dogs can identify early markers of certain medical conditions, all through these chemical cues. So when your dog goes straight to that area, it's not being inappropriate, it's going directly to the richest source of data available. The equivalent of opening a book and instantly flipping to the page that tells the entire story. But here's the part most people completely miss. Your dog isn't just collecting biological data, it's building a psychological profile. Because scent to a dog isn't just information, it's emotion. When your dog sniffs someone, it's not asking, "Who are you?" It's asking something far more complex. Are you calm? Or are you hiding stress? Are you safe or unpredictable? Do you belong in my world? Or are you a potential threat? Those answers are written chemically in the body, and your dog is reading them in real time. Think about the timing. While you're still deciding whether to smile, shake hands, or make small talk, your dog has already processed what would take you weeks of interaction to figure out. But here's where it gets even deeper. This isn't just analysis, it's decision-making. That single moment of sniffing determines how your dog will respond next, whether it relaxes, stays alert, keeps distance, or seeks connection. So what looks like an awkward, intrusive behavior is actually your dog running one of the most advanced social assessments in the animal world. But here's where individual differences start to reveal something deeper. Not every dog does this the same way. And that difference, it's not random, it's psychological. A calm, emotionally secure dog will approach, gather the information it needs, and then disengage. The movement is smooth. The sniff is brief. There's no urgency, no fixation. It's simply investigative. But a dog that lingers, one that pushes in, ignores social resistance, or seems unable to stop, that's a completely different signal. That's not curiosity anymore. That's need. Because when a dog feels uncertain, when it doesn't fully trust the environment or understand the person in front of it, it doesn't walk away. It digs deeper. It keeps scanning, searching for clarity that it isn't getting. What most people label as bad manners is often anxiety in disguise. A lack of early socialization can amplify this. So can genetics. Certain breeds are wired to prioritize scent above everything else. But underneath all of it is the same core driver, the need to feel safe. And when that safety isn't clear, the sniff doesn't stop. But here's the layer almost no one talks about. When your dog does this to you, it's not investigation anymore, it's connection. Because with strangers, your dog is gathering information. But with you, it's confirming something it already knows. Your scent is not just data, it's familiarity, it's safety, it's home. Studies in animal behavior show that dogs interact with familiar humans differently. Slower movements, softer body language, a kind of emotional exhale you don't see with strangers. And scent plays a central role in that bond. So when your dog comes up and does the same behavior to you, it's not trying to figure you out. It's checking in, the equivalent of looking into someone's eyes after being apart. A quiet confirmation, you're still here, and everything is okay. And here's where it becomes even more powerful. After investigating someone new, many dogs will look back at their owner. That glance isn't random, it's something called social referencing. They're reading you now, asking, without words, is this person safe? Which means in that moment you are not just part of their world. You are how they understand it. Because once you understand what the behavior actually is, the way you respond to it has to change. Most people react instantly. They pull the dog away, raise their voice, correct the behavior. From a human perspective, that makes sense. It's awkward, it feels inappropriate, it needs to stop. But here's the problem. From your dog's perspective, nothing about that moment was wrong. It was doing exactly what its brain is designed to do, gathering critical social information, and suddenly it gets punished for it. That creates confusion, and over time, it can create anxiety. So instead of suppression, what works is redirection. You don't shut the behavior down, you reshape it. One of the most effective ways to do this is teaching a calm sit and greet. Your dog learns that when someone new arrives, the interaction starts with stillness. From there, a brief, controlled sniff on the hand or lower body is allowed. Then the interaction continues. This works because it respects the need behind the behavior. Your dog still gets information. It just learns how to do it in your world. So the next time your dog creates one of those painfully awkward moments, pause for just a second before you apologize. Because what you're seeing isn't bad behavior. It isn't disrespect. And it definitely isn't your dog not knowing better. It's your dog doing exactly what it was designed to do, trying to understand a world that, to it, is written entirely in scent. That single uncomfortable moment, it's investigation, it's analysis, it's a search for certainty. And when your dog looks back at you afterward, that's the part that matters most. Because in that glance, your dog is asking a question no human ever hears out loud. Is this safe? Can I trust this? And your reaction becomes the answer. That's not awkwardness, that's not clinginess. That's one species relying on another to interpret the world correctly. So the next time it happens, don't just see the embarrassment. See the intelligence behind it. See the trust inside it. Because your dog isn't just reacting to the world. It's learning how to navigate it. Through you. If this changed how you see your dog, subscribe and leave a comment below. And tell me, what's the strangest thing your dog has ever done when meeting someone new?